Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday the 6th of April. We have some new mods, we do have some updates. I hope you had a lovely Easter weekend, bank holiday weekend. Obviously depending on where you are and lockdown and what you were able to do, but I hope you did. The updates are as follows. The map, Hagenstead by Vanquish081, the Case IH 2150 Early Riser Planters by Custom Modding, the AGM TM240 by Taylan Agro Mods, and the Placeable Factories pack by ER Shabba have all had updates today. In front of me then we have the mini log barn. This is by OmaTana. There are 3 in this pack. It's 2.14 megabytes to download. There is a standard shed, which you'll find under sheds, we'll have a look in a second, is 2 slots. We've got a decorative shed, and the decorative one has some bales in it, but those are purely for decoration. That's under decoration, and that's 3 slots. And then we've got a sell point, and that's a sell point 4. It does say grass products, but there's quite a few different things that you can actually sell here, which is under miscellaneous, and that is also 3 slots. Nicely made, solid timbered construction. I mean, basically just some logs hewn and a few planks. Looks like kind of OSB type thing. I don't think there's light switches. As per usual, haven't found one. I think the lights come on automatically. I am going to have another walk around just in case. So, like I say, very nicely made. The first one then, under placeables and sheds. I think they're 500 each, actually, regardless which one you go for. But that starts off at 2 slots and drops down to 1. So the mini shed under sheds. Then under decoration, we've got the mini barn with bales in it. Now, obviously, that being decorative, you can't really store anything in it because of the bales. That's why there's the shed option, so you can use it as a small shed for whatever you want to put in it. Slot count goes from 3 down to 1. And under miscellaneous, we have the mini barn sell point. It's a small barn as selling station for straw and grass products, also 500. If we go into our menu here, you can see it says barn on the top. So if we scroll across all of the things you can sell, it will take cotton, it will take wool, it will take total mix ration, it will take chaff, it will take silage, grass, hay, straw, and it will do straw and hay pellets as well if you've got the straw add-on. So it takes quite a few different things. Nice pack by OmaTana. Moving on, we're going to sell, we've got something in one of the trailers we'll sell in here in a little while just to show that it does work. Next up then, we have got the Lizard SMP 3.0, 3.0. Don't get me started, I'll get on a rant about 0 and O. This is by Sarega 56. It's 16.45 megabytes download, 12 slots on console. It is a 10,000 litre liquids tank, and it will take pretty much everything. Liquid, anyway. Herbicide, digestates, slurry, liquid fertilizer, water, and it does take diesel. I've got a little bit of diesel in this at the moment because of my kind of buy point I have on my test map doesn't do fuel. So I checked everything it would take, and then I went over and checked the fuel, and it does take diesel as well. Nicely made. Good thing about this as well, it's not too expensive. So for a 10,000 litre liquids transport, not too pricey. Under tools and miscellaneous, 10,500 for a 10,000 litre. Pretty good. Pretty good. Slot count drops down from 12 to 1. For any subsequent one, we can change the main colour to any one of those 4. Rim colour to any one of those. And those are your options. When you come to fill it up, you don't need to open it or anything like that. It just filled up automatically. It's got twin tyres. Obviously, we can't, almost like lorry tyres. We can't change those. I don't think that's a rear trailer hitch. I think that's just where the spare tyre hooks in. But there you go, that's the Lizard SMP 3.0 by Sarega. No, 3.0 by Sarega 56. Next up, we've got the Reboke 6000 TSI by FBT Modding. It's not the one in the front, it's the one behind. Now, the reason I've got the one in front, which is also by FBT Modding, is because it says under the kind of, say, puzzle pieces, it's designed to can go with this one that we previously had from FBT modding. This is the Reboke 16,000 plus, which can either be a 16,000 litre or a 22,000 litre, which I've got it in configuration now. And it has a trailer hitch. Now that will hook up to all sorts of other trailers, not specifically this one. But this is a single axle and can be attached onto the back of it because they kind of obviously match up, sort of. This is really nicely detailed. It's an auger trailer, auger wagon, 6,000 litre capacity. It's 5.38 megabytes download, 6 slots on console. This one has the option for a regular auger or has a cedar auger which puts a pipe on it. This one comes standard with that pipe. So it's kind of like got for filling seed tanks and that kind of thing. Which I suppose a smaller version of this, it would be for something along those lines rather than filling up trailers and things because it's not a huge capacity. But anyway, regardless. Under auger wagons, so the 16,000 plus I've got installed is there. The Reboke 6000 TSI, 12,500 to buy. Slot count will drop down from 6 to 1. It will take your regular auger, wagon, chaser bin types, including seed and solid fertilizer. Requires 60 horsepower to operate. Options available, it's just the wheel setup standard or wide tyres. Hasn't got as many options as its counterpart, the 16,000, but those are the two options. What we'll do is back up to it. That's what I do like about this. The detailing in it is great. The kind of cage section on top, so if you're putting stuff in that's clumped like fertilizer and things, you're supposed to break that apart as it goes in so it doesn't clog the auger. Cover L1 and left on the D-pad, cover on or off, and it puts a random cover on, as you can see. Pipe out. Does that. We can unfold the trailer, L1 and X, puts the ladders down, puts the ladders back up again, L1 and X. What we've also got, I want to make sure I get the right control for this, under L1 and right stick side to side, we can extend that pipe out as well. That's pretty cool. So if you are filling seeders and things like that, you want to be a bit more precise, you can be. That pipe doesn't actually move, so you can't raise it up or down. I think that's probably what the extension is for, just to help you be a little bit more accurate with what you're doing. So yeah. Nice that. Now obviously there are trailer hitches, it's, you know, basically just showing you how a trailer hitch works. I think most of you know already, but this has got one of those really swivelly front axles, so I'm just hoping I can just back up straight and it will find the connection. Come on. There we go. Very nice indeed. The Reboke 6000 TSI by FBT modding. Next, so we've got a vehicle over there. We have got these. This is one of those things. It's a little bit, it's irritating. It's the usual, you know, rules and regulations regarding licensing and that kind of stuff. These are West trailers. I don't care what it says in there. It says Rest trailers. They are West trailers. Harry West machinery out of North Shropshire in the UK, have been making agricultural machinery equipment trailers since 1966. Founded by the late Harry West and still making trailers today. Very nicely made, nicely detailed. These are by ARM team, 11.93 megabytes download. We have got a 10 ton, which is this one, and a 12 ton, which is that one. Each one can be in a standard trailer configuration like that, or a silage trailer like that. Obviously the capacities are different on the 10 and the 12. So I've gone with the 10 ton in the silage configuration and the 12 ton in the standard I mean, I understand the whole, you know, I do, I get it. I understand why, because of licensing rules and regulations and stuff like that, but when I saw that pop up, I was like, what is happening? Okay. Anyway, yeah, nice trailers. You'll find them on the tools and trailers. 10 ton and 12 ton. The 10 ton starts at 10 grand. The 12 ton starts at 24. They will take all those crop types and everything that it says there. Slot counts will drop down from 12 to 1 for any subsequent ones. So 12,880 litres for the standard configuration. Let's go to that. Silage body 22,170, but that will only take forage crops. It will do things like wood chips. I think it does sugarcane as well, but it will do grass, hay, straw, chaff. In the silage body configuration, in the grain body configuration, it will do everything. So 12,880 and 22,170 for the 10 ton. Now we do have the option on this one to change the rim colour to anything on that pallet, and the main colour to anything on that pallet. And then wheel brand, we've got Lizard, Trelleborg, Michelin and back. Under Lizard, no tyre options. Trelleborg, AW309s, T404s, T421s and twin radials. And then back, then do Michelin, we've got Cargo X Bib and Cargo X Bib HD. And then back. Then we have without reflector, with reflector. Actually, you know what? That's the worst main colour to choose to show those off. Let's go with that. There we go. So now you can see the reflectors. So with reflector or without reflector. And then fenders, we've got no fenders, only back, all fenders. So front and rear and off again. That's the 10 ton. Then the 12 ton has got the slightly arched section to it, which gives it a larger capacity standard, so 15,310 litres. All the other options are the same with regard to reflectors, tyre choices, and rim colour and main colour. Difference is when we go from grain body up to silage body, it's a 27,000 litre, so a bit larger on its capacity for silage type crops. What I will do, just so we can see it unload, I think I've got something of each in each. They really are nice trailers. The ones I do miss as well, the Stuart. We had the Stuart trailer, didn't we, on FS19 that had the Union Jack, or you could have the Scottish flag. Oh, they were amazing. Anyway, R1 and triangle. So as you can see, we're unloading chaff at the OmaTana mini log barn. That's interesting that they did a little bit. I wonder what that was. So, fairly quick unload as well, not a slow unload on that. And then we've got the 12 ton in its standard configuration. I think this one I put salt mix ration in. In the standard configuration you can have tip rear or tip grain door. Cover opens, L1 and left on the D-pad. Like so. That's interesting. I don't know if that's the trailers or the sell point. Rather than staying up when they unload, they're hitting the top point and then dropping straight back down again. Now, yeah, I think it's the sell point. I think it has a capacity. We've obviously hit the limit. Oh, we've got to check the sell point out then. Let's try it here. Yeah, it's the sell point. So we go. The West trailers by ARM Team. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for today. Not many today. This is the New Holland 8066 by blueking. There's only one, there's not two separate ones, it's just the different configurations on this. This is 8.4 megabytes download, 13 slots on console. It's under small tractors, That has got a slightly tinted cab, and when I say slightly tinted, from outside it looks slightly tinted, from inside it's actually pretty dark. But these have a really tight turning circle. They're quite a short tractor, but yeah, pretty sharp turning circle. Let's have a look then. Under vehicles and small tractors. 59 grand for the base model. Slot count goes from 13 down to 1. They're 100 horsepower regardless of what you do. Let me just back out a little bit. There we go. So we can have the main colour, any one of those four. So we've got the Fiat red, New Holland blue, and we've got a black. There's a matte black as well. Then we've got configuration standard, all with a 250 kilogram weight. Those are the only two options on the front of that, as far as I can tell. And then design, we've got standard or cabin. There's no tyre choice options or anything like that. It's with or without the cabin. It's quite a squat cabin actually. It seems very low. Maybe because the whole thing's kind of compact, I guess. And it remains 100 horsepower, whichever one you go for. So I went one with and one without. Now that's interesting. It says lift-o-matic. Isn't that for a front loader, or is it just called a lift-o-matic? Maybe I'm imagining. I'll show you. Well, I'll show you both. I mean, it's a small tractor. You can tell by the kind of me in it, so to speak. Horn, beacon. If you've got the cab, lights, and obviously the lights on the top of the cab will light up, and on the rear, if you've got the cab on. See what I mean about the tight turning circle? That's pretty cool. So inside, yeah, my head's almost touching the roof, but I am fairly tall in real life. There's no doors or windows open or anything like that, and it is fairly basic. As you can see, the floor out through past your feet where the pedals are. Turn the beacon off, lights off, and then we'll hop into. So obviously lights, with no cab, there's no beacons or anything like that, it's just those options. First person, a little bit brighter without the cab on. Still the nice tight turning circle. Should make me feel quite dizzy, that did. Shouldn't have turned it away. And there you have it. That's the New Holland 8066 by Blueking. That's it for Tuesday the 6th of April. Hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.